Hey guys, it's Bailey and welcome back to the channel for what is going to be a review on some brand new color correctors from Smashbox. These are the color correcting sticks. They have 4 of them out right now and they retail for $23 individually. They come in the same format, if you're familiar with them, as the contour sticks. This is the set of 3 of highlight and kind of 2 bronzy or contour shades that you get, and here are the 4 color correcting pencils just for your reference so you can understand kind of a size comparison here. And I think we're all well aware that there is a color correcting craze kind of going on right now, and I haven't really touched too much on it. I recently used a Makeup Forever, the green color corrector from this palette. This is their cream camouflage palette in the shade number 1, and I used the green to correct my redness. But besides that, I'm not big on color correcting on like a daily basis. I definitely look at it, for me personally, as more of an event-based thing. When I really want to make sure my makeup is looking on point, don't want to risk any cakiness, you get the idea. So because it's not a really central part of my everyday look, it's not something that I've really thought about making a video about until these guys hit my inbox. They were kind enough to send these to me, and unlike a lot of the other or the new products that are coming out right now, like Tarte has a palette out, Stila has a palette out, these caught my eye because to me they cater to the everyday makeup wearer more so than any of the other products that have come out. For instance, a palette. A lot of those palettes have all of these shades in them, but as you're about to find out in this video, you don't need all these shades. Like, odds are you might have 1, maybe 2 color correction concerns, so to have an entire palette is great for a makeup artist who might be working on a wide variety of skin shades and undertones and color correction concerns. But for the everyday makeup wearer, you probably don't need like 4 different shades. So that's one reason why I thought this was unique. And if I don't have like all over redness, I really just like to zero in and target on redness, as you'll see in the demo throughout this video. Same for kind of brightening up areas. So the idea of a pencil really just was genius to me in, you know, kind of getting at those areas in a precise sort of way, as opposed to an all over primer color corrector sort of thing. So while I've talked up what a great format these are in, what's really important ultimately is how they perform. First, let's start with the colors that you can actually get and the concerns they address. They actually sent me, where did I put it? They sent a wheel, kind of playing off the idea of a color wheel, which is the whole premise behind color correction, period. But rather than doing a color wheel, they actually address the specific concerns that each of these crayons address. So for instance, say I'm looking to counteract dullness. I put my little doodad here. Dullness is washed out complexion, sallowness, yellow undertones, and in doing so, it points to the exact opposite little pie piece over here, which is the purple pencil. And it says it's the Don't Be Dull pencil. Purple neutralizes yellow. And then on the back here, it actually shows you how they recommend you apply it to ensure you're getting the right amount of product. So this was a great addition. If you have any questions, I mean, I hope I'll do some close-ups here, but go into a Sephora, they will have all the answers as well. But this was just a great reminder of, you know, what these are really supposed to be used for. You don't need them if you don't have these concerns. So just because all these products are coming out and palettes have, you know, 5 colors in them, you don't have to use all of them. If you're scratching your head wondering, why would I use that? Odds are you don't need it. So this was a good reminder of that. So now moving on to the colors that are in here. First, let's start with the Brighteners. There are 2 shades here, one for light medium skin tones and one for medium deep, which I thought was awesome. There's some versatility as far as skin tones go in this collection. They're both Look Less Tired. This one is kind of a lighter salmon-y shade for light medium skin tones, and then the deeper color is kind of that signature. This is more so orange. It's not the red lipstick trick, but the premise is the same. It's just a more intense, slightly deeper peachy orangey shade to correct for the darkness around the under eye area. I did use this today, and the way I'm probably showing this demo right now, but the way I'm doing this is on one side of my face I am color correcting and on the other side I'm not, so you can understand the difference between a face that has been color corrected under the foundation and a face that hasn't. And I'm using a lightweight foundation here. This is the e.l.f. foundation serum because I wanted to be sure that you could see just how much work these are doing, because under a full coverage foundation, obviously they're still going to work, but it's a full coverage foundation. Like, that's doing a lot of your legwork. So color correctors are really there to accomplish what foundation can't, no matter how much you pile on. The issue is not coverage, the issue is canceling out whatever kind of, not excess, but kind of bolder pigmentation you might have going on around your face. That's what color correction is for, and that is why your foundation can't accomplish the same thing just by piling it on. So that's a brief explanation of the demo. Moving on to the other two pencils that they have come out with. The other is a green corrector, which is Get Less Red. I also, well, actually I used all of them. I need to stop saying that. I used all these on my face today. The redness I tend to experience is right around my nostrils. It's allergy season, actually year round. I'm constantly blowing my nose, whether it's because it's cold or it's allergies. I'm always red around the nose, so that's where I put this guy, as well as just a small area on my cheeks that tends to get red, especially after I've gone out exercising, or even allergies that, you know, allergies can prompt that too. So that's where I put the red. And then there is the purple, which is Don't Be Dull. Like I said, when I read off the color wheel, it's just supposed to counteract sallowness and yellow undertones. And so that is something that I struggle less with, but in an attempt to kind of show you the effects of this in application, I applied it around my mouth area. Now, that's not what I would call sallow. If you're looking at my face unmade up, and you see the difference in the skin around my mouth, it's kind of deeper. It's like a hormonal hyperpigmentation around my mouth, and so it's not necessarily something that you should be correcting with purple. Just know that was really more so for demonstration purposes, but it goes to show, once again, you don't need all of these. I don't need, you know, really, if I were to go out and buy these myself, I would get the under eye, the peach, Look Less Tired, and the Get Less Red. But that is where I applied all these. Then I went in and blended them all out before going in and applying my foundation. Now, the first thing I noticed when using these was the texture. These are very, very creamy. I would say even more so than the highlight contour bronze stick trio that they came out with. I would say more creamy than that. Those are a pretty immediate cream to powder formula for me, and these stay creamy for a little bit longer, which is nice because they really help blend in with liquid foundation, and it also just helps them blend that much easier into your skin. The other thing I noticed was just how pigmented these are. A little goes a long way in my book. Unlike when I used the Makeup Forever green color corrector in a recent tutorial, these, it does not take a whole lot of effort to really build on the pigmentation on your skin. So I wouldn't say, I mean, unless you can see the purple on my skin, you know I didn't need it because it doesn't blend in with my skin. It doesn't cancel out anything because there was nothing to cancel out. So under a light coverage foundation, you can still see some of that purple peeking through. But when it comes to the colors you actually do need, it just means you're going to need a lot less of the product because they are so creamy and so pigmented. So that's really it for application and blendability. I would say the next big thing to consider with your color corrector is wear. Does it affect the wear of the foundation you put on over top or the concealer you put on over top? These did not. Despite having a very creamy formula, I was a little concerned that they would kind of become excessively dewy, especially those that I put like the green on my cheeks and stuff, where I can kind of develop excess oil throughout the day. Not the case at all. I wouldn't call them a cream to powder formula like the contour sticks, but just something about the formula, they sink in really nicely to the skin so that they don't affect the wear time or quality of all the products you put on over top. So really, that's it. I would say overall 2 thumbs up if you're going to consider getting into the world of color correcting. I think this is a great way to go about it, just because you really can pick and choose the products that you incorporate into your daily makeup without having to get in a palette where some of the shades might go to waste. Consider giving these a try. I think they are very much worth the price tag. I really hope this review is useful for you guys and the demo as well. Please let me know if you've tried these, what your thoughts are on them. Otherwise, please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye guys.